the wheel, and the friar climbed on top. So lifting up his tunic, the donated fart he dropped. The fart landed on the wheel and spread out from the centre and travelled along the spokes to the recipient's centres. The friar was relieved that he could now save face, and unto his Lord he now said his praise. The friar's a changed man now, no longer full of greed. He lives a simple life with very modest needs. So let this be a lesson to us all, one that's easily in reach. Live well within your means, steer away from greed, and practice what you preach.
Summoner! Ended his tale, and each of us knew that the moral behind it was most certainly true. Keep your anger and greed in check as best you can, and you will live your lives as far better men. Now after resting, our thoughts returned again to find another pilgrim with a story to entertain.
Hey there, Franklin! You have had not much to say. Tell us a tale that should lighten our day.
Well, I do have one story, a suitable tale, of which to you I shall now regale. The theme is one that affects us all from the cradle to the grave. It's the act of true love and how it makes us behave.
True love, you say? Sounds like one for mine ears.
Ah, but there's much more, like magic. Does that allay your fear?
Just so.
Now, there was a businessman called Avragus, an importer by trade, who shipped in foreign items from whence they were made. Now, part of his job was to travel overseas, which caused his wife such terrible unease. Dorigen, for that was her name, was full of beauty and grace. She was renowned for her looks, very fair of fame. Now this man here, a clever man, Aurelius he is called, may look respectable on the surface, but don't yourself. Hey! He's seen Dorigen around the town and how desirous for her. And when her husband sailed away, he made his overture.
I fear you may get lonely, and your bed's awful cold. Would it help the nights go quicker if you had me to hold?
Aurelius, I'm flattered by the lovely things you said, but the fact is I'm married, and only he will share my bed.
Now Aurelius needed to get away from these Dorigen indeed. Aurelius was fine. Dorigen needed to get away from these unwanted advances, so the first thought that came into her head was how to improve her chances.
Oh, the coastline is a dangerous place full of treachery, you see. I should remove from it all of these rocks and bring my husband safe to me.
Her husband safely, Dorigen, and off he rushed to find a way to bring about safe harbour of Avragus' ship so that he could fulfil his ardour. However, her husband safely returned, and in her arms she held him tight. But he brought with him some curious news, which caused Dorigen a fright.
The strangest thing happened as we approached the bay. Those rocks that flight our coast simply went away. Oh, at first I thought it was an evil spirit trying to lead us to our deaths. Oh, and as we approached the bay, all the men held their breaths. But really, the rocks had gone, and so we safely sailed right on.
Dorigen listened to the tale with an ever-increasing shock. Her heart but it sank so deeply as if it had struck those rocks.
Husband, your tale brings a bit an unfortunate turn. You won't be best pleased when all my foolish doings you now learn.
She told him of the advances that Aurelius had made, and of the task she set, of which she thought, no way!
Yes,
But Abragus had seen it with his very own eyes, and Aurelius could claim the deal. There would be no lies. And so it was with a heavy heart, for he knew his wife was regret. For a deal is a deal, and she would have to honour her bet.
Have fun. Abragus is safely home. The drops have gone, you see. Now, Dorigen, keep your word and make sweet love.
Look, my wife has made a deal of what she thought was absurd. But you've met her demands, and so she'll keep her word.
Now Aurelius, not a heartless man, could clearly see their play. And so it was with deep regret that he relinquished purely lust.
I see that my actions were selfish and quite unjust. To me, nothing else matters except sating my lust. I shall leave you both in peace, and the debt no longer stands. Of any claim I had to Dorigen, of it I wash my hands.
Ah, but unknown to the happy couple, to allow him to make this claim, Aurelius had hired a wizard of notoriety and fame. And he really hadn't thought about the cost of this big trick. In fact, as usual, Aurelius had just been thinking with his... Apologies. But Aurelius soon realised he hadn't the funds to pay. And so, with cap in hand, unto the wizard, he had this to say.
Oh, great and powerful wizard! About the fee I owe, I've had a change of circumstances, of which you ought to know. I'm asking for an extension of when I can pay my fees. Just don't turn me into a toad is what I'm asking, please.
And what makes you so special? Why should I extend your credit to me? To make those rocks disappear? What does it take for you to breathe? What good reason why I not
This way.
turn you into a toad? Just like that gentleman there, you still owe. I know you got better. Aurelius swallowed hard. He knew he was for the chop. For if the wizard didn't agree, from here he'd have to hop.
Where are we going? No, where are we going?
I've suddenly realised I've been wrong all this time. She was with her husband because her love was pure. She would never love me. She would just endure.
The wizard didn't say a word, so deep was he in thought. But eventually, on this tale, this response did report.
True love has its own that most do not understand. And you had it right there in your hand for you to let it go and have full reign. Bought you true happiness and rode over pain. In the event that it came across, at least you've got on your deck. This I went.
Well, this leaves me with one question, which I ask of you. Which was the more generous? Be about of Aurelius, who kept true love alive.
7, 5,
Or of the wizard, who gave in to fate.
5, 7, 8.
It seems the result here is a tie. When each man is generous as the other. What I'll do, I think, is ask the audience here to help me discover which one is the most generous. Please give the man, most generous man here. Please make some noise. Give the man a cheer. If you think it is Aurelius.
Quite rightly, yeah.
Now make some noise if you think it is the wizard.
Quite rightly.
No. Again, the result here is a tie. Each one as generous as the other. It's no word of a lie.
We sat there smiling, for Franklin's tale has given us a lift. To hear about his selflessness truly was a gift. As we approached Canterbury, where we were going to pray, there was time for just one more tale along Pilgrim's Way, and so we decided our final tale should be epic and bold, and so it was agreed tonight's tale should be told.